Well, glad to have you back on the program. Good morning, Anambra. Well, more than half of bush burning throughout Nigeria is deliberately lit, costing millions of naira damages annually. Now, the question begging for answers are: what motivates an arsonist, and what do they feel when the bush is burning? Well, this and many more we're going to be looking into this morning as we discuss hazards of bush burning. Well, this morning we have some very interesting guests in the house who is going to be talking to us about the hazards of bush burning. First, I have with me in the house engineer Chris Ndobisi, an environment consultant and a friend of the earth. Good morning and welcome to the program. All right, and I also have in the house Comrade Uzoe Kemeze, a lawyer and a public affairs commentator. Many thanks for joining us on this program.
Yeah, good morning to all of you.
Good morning, and I want to believe you guys are also saying Happy New Year to the Anambra.
Happy New Year, Anambra.
Jesus.
Amen. All right, we're talking about hazards of bush burning. Of course, Dimma, my gorgeous queen, is also still here with me.
Before we go there, I wanted to ask him,
the engineer,
what he means, like being the friend of the earth. I wanted him to tell us, what does that mean?
Well, it's simple. A friend is Oyemadu.
Okay.
The earth, Bowa.
Okay, Oyowa.
Like, it's as simple as that.
Okay.
All right, let's start up. Talking about the hazards of bush burning. First, let's get to understand and know what bush burning is, then the hazards associated with it. So what is bush burning, engineer?
Bush burning is the unfriendly practice of burning bushes, arbitrarily. That's what bush burning is. And it's not a very good habit.
Okay.
It's not a very good habit.
All right. And then what are the hazards or dangers inherent in bush burning?
The hazards are legion. People who burn bushes are maybe farmers. They want to burn bushes before they start to plant. Then some of these nomadic herdsmen also burn bushes, so they can grow quickly for their cattle to graze. But the hazards are numerous. When you burn, you are releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And in the long run, we're talking about global warming, the greenhouse effects, and it's a very vicious cycle. Okay. Unlike what you people may think is just because of the pollution of the air we breathe, is much more than that. Lots of hazards go about with bush burning.
Like burning of houses nearby.
Burning of houses. When you burn bushes, some bushes are burnt. Some people burn bushes, and control what they do.
Yes.
But when they are uncontrolled, like when it turns into a wildfire, then start burning buildings, houses, and damage property, and lives, for that matter.
All right. Just to let you know that this is quite participatory. The numbers are on your screen. We need you to call us and, of course, share your opinions and air your thoughts as regards to the topic hazards of bush burning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. All right.
Let me come to you, Kemeze. Bush burning has also become a part and parcel of the activities of some farmers in Nigeria. Now, the negative effects of this act is not being considered at all. Now, my question is, how do we highlight this for farmers to experience and observe the dangerous effect of bush burning as it affects the soil in itself generally?
Yes. You see, first of all, when we talk about the issue of bush burning, we look into the cause. Okay? It's not burning the bush is the main thing, but the cause. The cause is that most of farmers are lazy. Yes, most of farmers are lazy. If they go what we call practical agriculture, understand? You find out that for you to burn the bush, or maybe when you clear the farm, okay, you gather the whole leaves and the trees and also burn them in the same place. Okay, it has a long run effect. First of all, we have put in ourselves using organic manure. Okay. That is the reason that we burn this, and after that we go and buy fertilizer and put in our farm. But you find out there's many ways you can generate manure. Okay, when we're in school, we talk about compost manure. We talk about farmyard manure. We talk about even green manure. Okay, if the farmers will gather all this and put it where it's going to decay, and they apply it in the farm. But because of their laziness, I don't want to waste my time waiting for these things to do this. Let me just burn them off. It reduces the soil's texture and fertility of the soil.
Hello? Hello, good morning. All right.
So it reduces the fertility of the soil. Okay? This earth, as my friend said, this earth breathes like a human being.
Okay.
That's why sometimes if you go where you build a house and you put it interlocking, maybe sometimes you can see it breaking. Yes. So scientifically, you have to give some space whereby the air will be coming up so that it's not going to compact and then break those things off. So what we are doing to the soil, okay, damages the soil. Where that was a loamy soil, will turn to become clay, and at the end of the day, become infertile for crops to grow.
A lot of farmers don't know this because I think a lot of people are saying burning of bush as a practice to probably prepare the soil. And a lot of farmers don't know this. So how do we sensitize them? How do we go about making them understand that, see, this act is not the best of ways?
Okay. What we're going to do is orientation, because agriculture is not only what you taught in school. Okay, you can go down to the farmers in the village. Okay, organize a seminar for them. Tell them, okay, the way they should go in farming. That's what I'm trying to say. Because even burning the bush or whatever help also to what we call deforestation. Okay, you can see that sometimes what you grow up in the farm, if you have tree there, okay, what we call windbreakers. Okay, if you plant corn in the farm, sometimes there's a heavy wind, you can see the corn bent. But if there's trees around that place, it will help to break the wind, then the corn will not fall down. So this is what they need: proper orientation and the education down to the grassroots, those farmers that are in the village.
All right, and having said that, let's come over to you, engineer. We've had a lot of hazards inherent in bush burning, but then we want to know, you are an environmentalist, we want to know the effect this bush burning has on our environment.
Well, let me key into what my colleague just said. Bush burning impairs on soil fertility. They tamper with nutrients production. Nitrogen is what what plants use to grow. But combustion is a kind of a combustible process. So they now convert these nutrients to other mineral compounds which plants wouldn't need. So in that aspect, when you burn bushes, you're reducing agricultural production. And of course, when you reduce agricultural production, because the environment is the people and the environment. When you reduce agricultural production, the humans are suffering as well. Then another thing is, when you burn bushes, apart from impairing on the nutrients content of the soil, you're also making the soils fragile, especially in Anambra State, when we have a very fragile geology. Yeah. And then let me tell you, bush burning in Anambra State has also encouraged erosion, because erosion begins with what we call rills. You see them as little rills on the ground, unattended. They become sheets, and overnight they turn into gullies. So when you burn bushes, you're encouraging erosion without really knowing it. Good. Another thing is, like I said before, when you're burning bushes, you are releasing carbon dioxide. Okay. And carbon dioxide is the greatest contributor of greenhouse gases, which in turn impairs on the ozone layer. And then, because these the atmosphere has a way of, nature has made the atmosphere to organize itself. So when this carbon dioxide, when the greenhouse gases can no longer, because the greenhouses, the ozone layer is a layer that protects the earth from the heat. Some of these solar radiation should have gone into the atmosphere, should have gone into space. But these greenhouse gases, which carbon dioxide is the main culprit, traps this solar radiation and heats up the earth. When it heats up the earth, in the long run, you have global warming, the seas keep rising, there are floods. So in a little way, you are encouraging, in the long run, we are contributing, the man who is burning his bush in this backyard is in a little way contributing to global warming. So these are these are, in the long run, these are the effects of bush burning, which we don't know.
All right. Ma choka ibutue na asụsụ Igbo maka na anyị na-ekwu okwu this bush burning ọ bụ ndị farmers ndị na-akọ ugbo ka esi na emekalia barrister said that ha dị lazy n'ike ha ga-eji wee mee anyị chọọ ka egwu anyị ka sensitize these people on how to curb this thing ka akwụsị ya kedu a better way ha ga-eji wee mee ka those grasses maka to take away the weeds and prepare for the next season ka a na-achọ ime ha a better way instead of burning the bush, a better way to prepare the land for cultivating.
Well, kwa kaso na asụsụ Igbo na itu my colleagues with the lawyer or ikuzili kind of an advocacy. You are just spend the ego. Local government levels, community levels. Now, why it is bad or if jigali idima kana isu afifioku. Manafang welike asose haofia akpokoti ofuebe. Rapia koele mani mafade enwe ndidi. Ima onye sura na ofia ocho koko ifu ozugbo. Mana n'obodo oyibo fane enwe na counter farming. Fane enwe akosi all this year. Next year ma akya rapia follow. Man de buy kosia this year each next year for come what fade enwe ndidi. So obu na enwe like gwafa si abwazi na afifioku. Faga abagodia odi localize fa bo anya ya gada anya so obro itinye oku na farm ijewalo jangoba mwanya ogbalozi ogbaba everywhere so obu na icho igbagoro oku if obu na aga agbalele so i social ofia gi inode bafu imunye oku inode food that na ikpokonole ofuma and onwere ife ndeba na emelo na ash nto na enyelo if I it slows down the growth of the Ifa. So farmer rana na unto nifi isu and where for na yellow waka because government ne whip for fertilizer we charge good fertilizer go better yield.
So isn't about local? What we're trying to say now is it or any other alternative and we can use aside from buy for
the alternative of the village like my grandmother in the village.
That's part of the problem. The
other alternative my colleague Kulie is one a rapiole or compost and it's a better manure than chemical fertilizer. This is natural.
So now, most of our farmers, most of them are not learned. That kind of knowledge in now. What's this bush burning, issue? Because most of them, that's what they love to do. They enjoy doing it, but because they don't have this idea, they don't have this knowledge. Now, if
now, my colleague has said it all pertaining to the effect of this particular bush burning. Do you understand? Okay, there's other effect. It's not only on soil, even health.
Okay, we're going to come there. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Speak louder, please.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, your name.
Okay.
Keda fagi nebi se akpo. Ajụjụ ọ dị mma ngwa gee ntị ọfụma ibido na ịgwara ya afa ọ sị na ịma na season eji aka ọlụ ugbo na Anambra na-aga aga na ọ dịrọ ka nke ndị ọcha na-asụ na arụ ozugbo akọba na ya chọọ ịghọta na isili na ịsụ afịa ọkụ adịrọ mma kedu another alternative ha nwere ike ime ha bụ farmers
biko ife anyị na-ekwu bụ ịma mụ nwakwu na ọ bụrụgodu na a ga-esu ị ga-esu because mụ amanata na ịgwagodo ndị be anyị for 1 year fa esu na afịa ọkụ fa ga na-esu ya mana ọ bụrụ na ị ga-esu ife ị ga-eme bụ Ipakonyo if you suloko in other bafu.
Thing bana obro na ha na aso de afefia aso na abia na resu New York ko ogbakol everything because you want to ekwu which means na ga asugodi aso before ekpokoyo mana ha wabo esu New York ko ogba everything it's easier for them that way.
If I advise, if I advise faketa come abi atokanye fili na oku fast onya aswa ekpoko no zi am than it because you make it see for na oku but if na call wildfire we can say about for bubble no dem mad oku you what go onya kai na ekwifa
come Jukenege barrister. Do you consider bush burning as the cheapest method of land preparation?
That's what I said. That it's caused by laziness. It's not the cheapest. Because rather it's costly because it's going to cost a lot of things. Okay? One, we are saying that if you want to burn the bush or your farm before you can start cultivation, okay? That's what we call you get a pit, okay? Okay, how marana osisi egbu n'ubi nwere economic value. Okay, na agba nwere health what do you call it? Effect to human being. Okay, yes, health has a health problem to human being. Okay, I'm coming to that. You see, so now igbali ifo there are costs, many things. Let's go before now. You want to cost in a soil. Some people now go wulu, even this what do you call it, insecticide or whatever. They are one ifia are dry off instead of able. Okay, but it is very easy to do what to weed it off and start to plant. These are other means for you to do this. But because of my lazy, have you you know why even say have you the thing that he has the nutrients in the soil. So the best thing ageme can put nambo, okay, epi melego, swafia, sochaya, okay, bokodoti on Unebe, Echokole, Echopano, Neba and Wayok, because all on a pit name walk or mascalate.
So the atmosphere.
Or the place, or not, look at my friend Duplo, or not in a place. Okay? Name walk. Manera.
Okay, in the article, we each are any honey. One mentioned the pesticide.
Biologists, you know, will have a different view about insecticides.
Yeah.
And this, if I
insecticide and pesticides.
I'm not trying to. I key into what he's saying. My name is Onweloge na umaka. Umbadi use fertilizer. Onwe sati abuzu. No way we feed the gas. In fact, they're all extinct now because these fertilizers and all these pest control things. Biologists don't really encourage. They believe in you know natural composting and fertilizing. So mana if we're gonna because of the age I'm on a jet age. If we if orange kita if natural green because natural there if you change the you what I go.
Yeah, good morning. Iwa wana yafa ikedafa what's your name? Chukwudi. Chukwuwike from where?
Where in Anambra State, nah? All right, Obara local government. Just go ahead, Ganir.
Mana Chukwuwike, on Imaro email to SME, it will yield better results for you.
I'm not one of the of the door. I like one of the here. So I always like to say, I don't know if I get to a fire when I bought if I just say I'm look at or got the big or got it or got all of it.
Odima.
The big one of people
That's the thing. Some people, mindset. They know you will not get ballet or but the it's an on your choice but the important thing by making sure exactly. Exactly. So that's what he's saying. So no then we are talking about the health hazards.
Yes, the health hazard is that okay, carbon dioxide, it also destroys ozone layer. Even if you are health, let us come to that particular place. Human being, okay, if I need it to live, is oxygen and not carbon dioxide. Okay. What we give out is carbon dioxide. We take in oxygen. Then plant and animal relationship. Okay, plants take in carbon dioxide, okay, and give out oxygen. Okay, we human being, we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So if you stay in a green place, okay, only plant to be around you, okay, it generates abundance of oxygen. So you have more oxygen to inhale, okay, than to give out carbon dioxide. But if you are in abundance of carbon dioxide, okay, it's clashed with the oxygen, and you have more carbon dioxide around you. All these things, okay, it affects your lungs, your health, and everything start to deteriorate. So that's why sometimes we have these lung cancers or whatever it is. So that is
when we talk about these health hazards. Who is at risk?
If the people that are in the environment, okay, people that are living around, okay, because as my friend says, the person can push the fire and just even go to one bar and stay there and
it won't be affecting him.
Affecting him. But somebody that are living around that place, okay, will be getting all these smokes.
That probably could be having some asthma disease.
That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, then coming to the economic value, that plant take out. Okay, come here, or come convert that to firewood and sell it and make money.
Okay, you mean the trees?
The
now.
trees.
Okay.
Okay, even the grass. Okay, you can make it to thatch house.
The health hazards as regards to bush burning. Now, I asked the question: Who are those people at risk? The normal person who is healthy. He talked about a farmer probably, burning the whole bush and goes to the wine bar, and people around that area are actually going through the hazards and stuff. So how do we solve this, especially to farmers who do this and they're not bothered about whose health is affected?
Okay. The solution to the issue for at least to control these farmers, not even only farmers, we're saying that those who put this bush burning, okay, is, as we said earlier, our people need orientation. Okay, and we are not scientific enough, like in other advanced countries where they have fireproof. Okay, so when you are burning bush or whatever it is, then the fire will not cut into your area. Okay, so we are still on the the developing country. Okay, so what we need to do is that to put people in in a mindset for them to know the effect of this thing that they are causing. Because, as my friend was saying, environmental law says that your neighbor is not a person that's living close to you. Not that this is your door, this person is his own door. It's not your neighbor. Your neighbor does not entail only person that you dine with every day morning. You see the person. Your neighbor is person that your action, okay, affect. Whether you do something here in Oka and somebody in Port Harcourt affected on it, that's the neighbor. Okay, so what he does here, okay, maybe generated, as my friend said, the fire will now go wide. And affect somebody that is very, very far.
I don't know if we're going to drift away, but let's quickly look at what happened in Enugu, the mortuary that got burnt. Is anything as regards to bush burning linked to that?
Yes, it's because of the place we are bushy. Okay, the mortuary we are not kept. Okay, a lot of bushes around the wall.
Okay, these are the pictures.
Yes, and you can see from the place. Okay, so you're supposed to at least every dry season you have to cut the whole grasses around the building, keep it neat, so that when the fire comes, okay, it's not going to get to that. But because of there is a linking reason for that. So when the fire got, they had to cross the defense.
Now
Engineer was smiling. You really wanted to add something. Tell us.
Well, I think I was trying to talk about, the health hazards, before we digressed. I have records from the Anambra State Specialist Hospital. There are records that, during, before farming, that 14.5% of recorded cases of asthmatic patients and lung-related diseases were caused during pre-farming season, and the experts, the consultants, try to link it with pollution, caused by air pollution caused by this bush burning. So there are records now available in Anambra State that most cardiac-related conditions, especially with younger children, occur before the farming season, and it could be right for us to now deduce that it's 9% of it could be a result of bush burning.
Okay.
Yeah. So health. I will want to anchor on the fact that bush burning impairs on the health of especially younger people and the elderly.
Okay, younger and elderly.
And elderly, yes.
Now, what do we need to do? Now, because we are talking about having a law, environmental law, that's probably on your choice by or permission. You go and get permission. What would the government do now to enact that kind of law in Nigeria and let it be working?
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask. It's not like that in the foreign country, the Western world.
Yeah, they do.
Do we have such laws in Nigeria?
I don't think there are environmental laws, I know, but there are no laws in Nigeria regarding bush burning. I don't think so. But don't quote me.
Yes, okay.
But the much I know. And most of these are lawmakers. And lawmakers should also, be in front of the bandwagon, propagating this our problem. But some of them go there and talk about something else. I think there should be a law concerning bush burning, because in Germany, for instance, if you need to burn any bush, you need to go and obtain a permit, and when you obtain a permit, the fire service are at red alert. They are red alert, so that because you never know. So I think that there should be a law, and my friend who is a lawyer should also get back to the NBA and then, try to, lend his voice to what we are talking about.
He actually said we shouldn't quote him, so maybe he should probably be in the best position to tell us.
Yes,
so laws like that.
I think our colleague here should be able to tell the NBA.
These laws are there, even if it's cold.
Okay, let's take this call before you go on.
Hello.
Good morning.
All right, this is Anambra Broadcasting Service. It's not UC. Go ahead.
So these laws are there, even if it's cold. You do what maybe in your second year, what you call environmental law. You choose whether you can do environmental law, okay, or do law of contract or whatever, okay. The idea, even traffic law. But the case in Nigeria is that what Bible says that the Pharisees leave the wetter part of law, okay, and now go to that infinitesimal. That's what Jesus told them. Okay, they just only make the outer cup to become clean, but the inside is full of faith. So in Nigeria, okay, environmental laws and traffic laws are there. You go to court, you hardly see somebody prosecute for violating traffic law. You hardly somebody because of prosecuted for violating environmental law, but you can see case of Anambra, land cases, fighting or whatever it is, property, this and that, or kidnapping. These are what we see in Nigeria. Okay, so but in advanced country, these laws matters a lot because that we call morality. They go to morality first of all. If you know that your neighbor will be affected for your action, you will not try that. Nobody now say, "Oh, to put any mafia." So that is what is your neighbor. So when we know that if you now, you can maybe you do selfish on your own. You break here this rule. Somebody may be cause you do that. So the laws are in Nigeria. The lawmakers need to resurrect these laws. Okay, it become wetter than na actual kidnapper. Eji onori, eji nke ije court, nye igbe ni na nwere kinigete fu ebe kpere igbe na mmadụ gbara ifo afi ọkụ. Yara na mmadụ maybe cause of traffic jam in a place. A man fear in Nigeria, even police don't know ụzọ inye ego jowolu. But in America, this law matters. Onya the water part of law in overseas.
Ihe ikwu amaka. Mana ọ dịkwa nke anyị ga-ebido from the grassroots. Maka na anya most of these farmers nọ na villages. Kaibido with the traditional rulers, the PGs, then like again in a village now to sensitize these farmers. I think we need to start from there to talk to them, to tell them nibi for quadroma. Mobonya buy or kubudenye you see no buy for or no nedri and bobo eme ascension. I don't think that's the best thing to
Thank you very much. That's what I was saying. These customary laws, customary law courts, those people are in charge of this. But customary law are not even doing what they're supposed to do now. Because in the olden days, we have a native law. In another village, whatever now, high chief and another been there. On your law, all the norms, all of granted. Okay, but in Nigeria, when we come up, we neglected all those things. They said it's Kaide High Court, Kaide Federal High Court, Kaide Appeal Court, Kaide Supreme Court. This customary court supposed to be what? Take into responsibility of all these things and native law.
That's good, engineer. Where do we go from here? I mean, you've heard it from the man himself, the lawyer himself.
Well,
where do we go from here? Why can't things just work in this country?
No, things are working. So some are not working, but things are working.
Well, when you use the word things are working, yes, I'm not saying I'm a proud Nigerian. Yeah. But you know, when we talk about those things, we tend to look at it, like you said, as something that are not important. But somebody else is dying. Someone is going to the hospital for, someone else's mistake or, carelessness. How do we, end this and curb all this and, make a better society and a better country as regards to bush burning and agriculture in the land?
Yeah, I share your worries too. But the thing is the task is going to be Herculean. It's not going to be a very easy task because habits are very difficult to change, especially bad habits. Now I think we must start from somewhere. Okay. I mean, maybe what we're starting today could get better yields 20 years from now. But the problem we have in this economy is that we want to start something today and get the profit tomorrow. So I think what we should do is try to get back to the grassroots, like she said. Get to the town unions, get to the traditional rulers, tell them what we think about bush burning and the hazards on health. And also, try to, because if the government can now subsidize fertilizer much more, because some of these people burn these bushes not just to make the farm ready for cultivation. They also use them as manure. Because they burn them, they use them as manure, not knowing that these things are not manure. They go and impair on the fertility or soil fertility because of the chemical compounds from combustion. Okay. So if the government can now say, okay, don't burn your bushes anymore, we are going to give you more fertilizers at more subsidies, and then try to educate them on the health hazards of bush burning. I mean, that's all. But it's going to be difficult because the traditional ruler who is going to talk about bush burning also has a large farm where he also clears and burns. So it's a kind of a carrot and the carrot and the stick approach. Okay. We need to be very careful what we're doing.
Time is okay. You want to add something?
We will apply what we call the barrier approach. The barrier approach is that you will use sensitization and also use law, because those who want to use law to become.
Let's take this call finally. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name and location.
I'm at
Your name?
Could I find
Ozemene Afakata is my name.
Okay, Zemina from Armenia.
Yeah. Even they put in one. I don't wait for information they use. They plan this. Now David not able to do that.
Ozemena, I'm against him. Odima.
Some we all go on. The land there is in the Zambu. You know, you be all your getting at them. So if any more, if any men look water, if any men look,
I know, Ganiru.
if I look water on the planet, I was under that TV. All
right, thank you so much. I think all of them are farmers. Now,
Yes, I said so.
all of them are farmers. It's all about sensitizing them, right?
My AB Wemby can abroad. Yes, health's good. Mana, the long-term effects.
That's exactly.
And most of this gold is for Anambra. If I FIFA is work, I'm telling you, which I can give you data. So it's costing the government so much money. If I'm government spends close to some billions to control some of these things.
So finally, because time is not our friend,
what I'm saying
what is your final advice?
We will use the barrel approach as we go into sensitize them. We use law because human being will obey law. Okay? Because if you tell somebody, please, let me just tell you what to do. Do this and it will be better for us. You may accept it, you may not accept it. But when you apply law, even God has law, when you apply law, okay, it will be more, what call it, result oriented. Okay? So that we go down to our local communities and it's truth law that all this environmental hazard, okay, should put to stop.
Okay, your final words as regards to Anambra and the kind of soil we have here. You know, you said that it can cause gully erosion here.
Yes.
In Anambra. So,
in 1 minute.
Well, my advice to people who burn bushes is they should be let them be more let them be more exhibit more temperance.
Okay.
What they do, because in the long run they are hurting themselves and every other person.
All right, you have heard it from the experts in the house themselves as regards to hazards of bush burning. You're hurting yourself and you're hurting other people alike. Well, and I think it's, there's this number saying that that always goes this way, a word is enough for the wise. And I want to say a very, very big thank you to Engineer Chris Ndubisi, an environment consultant and a friend of the earth. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And of course, Comrade Uzo Ekemeze, a lawyer and a public affairs analyst. Many thanks for telling us what we don't know about the law today.
Thank you for giving me double honor.
All right.
Double barrel kind of approach.
Well, this is how much we have for you on Good Morning Anambra, where we're talking about the hazards of bush burning. And I want to say a very good big thank you for joining us this morning. I'm a Berry Ugunna.
And I am Chidima Oranwa. Thank you so much for joining us. But I want to advise you to stop bush burning.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.